Okay. So here I am back again. Sorry for that. This is kind of funny because this is me when I mirror your video. I want to settings. Here I am again. I apologize for that. That was me trying to multitask and be my admin, my moderator, and decline these things. These things pop up on my screen all the time, and I don't like to bug you guys about it. I like to try to, yeah, I know, I'm such a human. It's like, I don't know. See, here's a funny thing. I don't even know if you guys saw that. That was kind of funny. It was like, so normally sometimes what happens, a lot of this stuff happens behind the scenes when I'm here. And I don't like to interrupt what we're doing because we're in such a group. So very, very discreetly, I try to decline these things that say, hey, here, join me, do the thing. I'm like, you don't want to talk to me. Okay, so Clara says you saw it. I know. Well, here's the funny thing. Yeah, Erin says, now I know how easy it would be to sneak into your lives. Here's the funny thing, Erin. If you said you wanted to join, I would click right on and be like, come on, lady, let's talk about clutter. Maybe we'll do that sometimes. But yeah, I hit the wrong button and I didn't know what to do. And so I'm like, okay. I'm like, whoa. So these things pop up on my end all the time. People saying, hey, join me. Hey, stupid comment, whatever. And I try to just be my own like moderator and get those things. And I hit the wrong button. Oh, well. Yeah. And I didn't. Yes, testimonial podcast. We can do that. Yeah. Why don't we do that? Hit the wrong button. Metaphor for life. Ooh, you know what? Here's the thing. I love this. Clara, you brought up such a good idea. I thought about this morning on my morning walk. And this incident that just happened, this real life, oh my gosh, incident, is a perfect example of this too, is course correcting. This morning on my morning walk, I mistimed my timer. And when I looked at it, I said, oh my gosh, I don't have as much time to get back home as I thought I did. I misjudged it. But as soon as I realized something was up, I did something about it. So notice what I did right there is I noticed something was wrong. I tried to correct it in any way when we were still here, and it didn't work, so I stopped and started again. So notice how quickly I did that, and notice how I am just pretty much not flustered about it. Yes, and thank you, Jen B, saying you can turn off multi-guests so you don't get requests. Thank you. Yeah, and Barbara Dean, thank you for saying I handled it well. You know what? It's like, the more I'm not judging myself, oh, I didn't know what to do, I'm sorry, you guys, well, nah, you know what? Shit's gonna happen. The more you can be like, okay, let me try to figure this out. I don't know. I'm going to shut it off and turn it on again. Look, we're back. There we go. Okay. I'm going to write that down. Jen B is saying turn off multi-guest. So I'm going to write that down. Turn off multi-guest. And I'm going to do better in the future. Okay. Reset. Yeah. Just roll with it. Roll with it, baby. It's going to happen. The less you let these things get you off course, the more you can get back to my people. The people I want to talk to, my declutter folks, right? Because we have precious amount of time together. I want to spend my time doing good stuff. Okay, so maybe that was the universe giving me that thing. So you saw how how I deal with some stuff in real life. No, I get thrown off course sometimes. Think of it like when you're driving along. I don't know if this has ever happened to you. I put everything into the driving metaphor because it just makes sense to me. I grew up in America. I drive a car. It's something I didn't know how to do, that I learned how to do, that I do all the time now without thinking, kind of like decluttering. You don't know how to do it, you learn how to do it, now it's part of your life. Here's something I want to think of. Have you ever done this? I'm picturing myself driving my car, and I'm going over, I think it was not the Delaware Memorial Bridge. What's that one down in Fenwick? Regardless, I'm going over a bridge. For Delaware is coming to mind. And out of nowhere, you don't know it's coming because wind is invisible. The wind blows off of the ocean, and I'm holding, and all of a sudden, whoo. Okay? Best thing to do is to pay attention and course correct, to get back on track. You get out of whack, you get back in whack. Back, knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Being able to course correct as soon as you realize you're off track is the best way. This also, I'll probably do a TikTok video about this too, learning how to shift. Shifting from that happened to back to where I want to be. So here we are as if it never happened. We still have a half hour together, you guys. So if we're just meeting right now, my name is Beth, Destination Decluttered. I'm a decluttering life coach, and I do these TikTok lives to help you with your clutter. I also have a mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com. You can sign up there. My website, destinationdecluttered.com, too, is where you can learn more about my one-on-one coaching. And I do one-on-one coaching. I don't know, something like that. Okay, so Jen, the Sicilian USA winner, is saying, how do you get rid of sunglasses clutter? I'm addicted to buying sunglasses. Notice the ones you wear. Notice the ones you don't wear. Notice the ones that you go because they fit nicely, they look good, you're feeling good. Notice the ones you don't wear anymore. Start with those. Or on the flip side, start with the ones you love. Notice the ones you wear all the time. Keep those. Separate them out. Categorizing. Categories. You've got a category of sunglasses, but within that category, you have kind of, as I like to say, this is, again, the driving metaphor. I always think of a traffic signal in my body. Green light here, red light down there, near the poop chute, as I like to say. You love it, it's near your heart. You don't like it, you want to get rid of it, it's like poop. The stuff that's in the middle is yellow. Don't know, do I like it, do I not like it? What are the things you love? What are the ones you really love? What are the ones you don't like at all, and what are the ones that are kind of in the middle? You categorized them and deal with each category separately. Only you can decide how many pairs of sunglasses you have, but it sounds to me as if you're feeling like you have too many. If you feel like too many, how many can you get rid of before you feel like you have a better amount? Now, the crazy thing with me is I got to wear glasses all the time, so I have very limited sunglasses, much more so than when I was wearing contacts back in the day. But enjoy the sunglasses you have. Wear them. You may find, like some of us, you tend to wear the same things over and over again. Have you seen my TikTok videos? Yes, I do own something more than a black t-shirt and a hoodie. But this is what I wear like 90% of the time. So pay attention to the amount of stuff. This is for everybody. The amount of stuff that feels right and the amount of stuff that feels, and notice where my hand's going, too much. Too much. Overwhelmed, suffocating, drowning. It's hard to breathe. I got too much. Okay, decrease it then. Decrease it until it feels just right. All right, what else do we have? All right, I'm going to be so careful touching the screen now. I love it. Morgan Ray is saying maybe sell off or donate the ones you don't absolutely love. All right, what else do we have here? Cat Mama is saying at the car shop, getting mouse nest and damage cleaned out, chewing insides filters. Clean your garages, people. Yeah, if you don't go out into your garage, you know who's going to live there? Critters. We got critters in our garage. It was so funny. Can I just share with you a critter, really quick, real life story? We thought we had a mouse. We thought we had mice because we saw these little poops, and my husband put mice things all over the place. Then one of our friends said, maybe it's a bat. We were looking down the whole time and wondering why we were doing wasn't working. It's because we were looking in the wrong direction. We looked up, it was a bat, and then we knew how to get rid of the bat. So notice these things. All right, now I missed something. Let me see how I can go back. Here we go. Okay. Battles are awkward and asking for money. I see. Yes, I get it. Now I get Chrissy putting into context what you say. Okay. Yeah, you know what? And Jen, here's the deal. Jen is saying the hardest part, and I know this applies to so many people, the hard part is, notice when you say the hard part is, well, the problem is, that's where I love to hang out because we can create a solution for that. The hard part is, how can it be easy? The hard part is I feel I love them all. I love them all. I'm going to try to donate task for the day. How about this? Start small. What's one pair of sunglasses you can donate, sell, throw away? Whatever. Start with one baby step. Feel how that feels. That didn't feel so bad. Let me try another. You're going to get to a quantity that you're like, no, I'm good for now. Applaud yourself for the progress you make today and feel good about it. And then maybe you show up tomorrow or maybe you just did it. Okay? All right. Melissa's saying my list is a mile long. Okay. This is me. Everybody. Notice where your backseat driver voices show up. They are freaking drama kings and queens. My list is a mile long. Really, Melissa? Really? If we go out to the road and we pull your list out, is it really a mile long? That's when you know the drama is in the house. When it's dramatic language, you know it's your backseat driver speaking up. Okay? I need to do the laundry, clean the closet, bathroom. I am so tired. Now, list tons of my layouts on eBay. Okay, notice this. Not enough time in the day. Yes, now trust me. I have lists that are a quadrillion things long, but I segment them out. I put a few things on your you may have your master list. Pull some things out today that match your energy level and time. That's all you can ever ask. But if you're tired, notice I am always going back to paying attention to how you feel before you even start your journey. Imagine being on a road trip and starting out exhausted. You're going to barely get 50 miles and you're going to be like, I need to pull over and take a nap. But if you start your journey, not just at the beginning of it, but every day, well rested, you've gotten some, like, all the boring stuff: sleep, water, healthy foods, exercise. Oh, it's so boring, but it works, people, it works. When you feel better, you're able to drive longer. Okay, what are the few things you can do today? Not enough time in the day. I teach you how to manage your time. You create a roadmap for your day between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. What is some stuff you can get done? What's some stuff already in your categories? How can you chunk it down to put something in there? I can help you with that. Okay? It's way too many. Way too many. Overwhelm. Calm down the overwhelm, people. Backseat drivers. It's way too many. I love it. Miss Julie says, the mindset I'm learning from you is changing my daily life in the best of ways. Now, if that isn't a testimonial right there, and Miss Julie and I don't even work together, she's just showing up on my TikToks. This is such a cool way to approach life. I am doing so much cool stuff with my life. I am enjoying and savoring what I want. I have. I am quick to forgive and dismiss the bad stuff. I look for the good and I find it. And I want to help you feel that way too. That's why I do this. I love it. Barbara Dean says, any black shirts, me. Yeah. Danielle says, I started exercising and have a lot more energy. I know, isn't it weird? Isn't it weird that, like, you think that's going to tire me out, but in a way what it does is build your muscles and it makes you feel good. Now, trust me, I was thinking about it this morning when I was walking up the street. I was so bad at gym class for my entire elementary, junior high, high school career. I will never forget this. What was her name? Mrs. Something. You know what? I can ask my friend Jeannie. Gym teacher, 6th grade. Literally, I was graduating 6th grade to go to junior high the next year. She literally made me do the standing long jump for this presidential physical fitness. I'm there in my little cute, 70s, yellow dress. She made me do the standing long jump in the hallway so I would, pass gym class. There I am. So I've never been good at that. But I know right now at this age, I know things that make me feel good. And me, even, I'm not going to go run a marathon or do a long jump. Doing a morning walk, gets exercise in my, cells and all the good stuff. So even you can prevent forest fires. I don't know where I was going with that. But notice the things that make you feel good and do them. I love it. Chrissy is saying, I'm using my favorite wood floor cleaner. It makes me want to clean. So you know what's really cool about that is that's a tool in your toolkit, and not just your cleaning toolkit, but that idea of what can I do to make my decluttering more pleasant, more enjoyable, more fun? Let's make everything. Can we just make everything more fun, more enjoyable, and more pleasant? Seriously, why can't we? I was on a coaching call yesterday with a new client, and she was saying how that concept allowed her to, seriously, I'm not kidding you, sand 3/4 of the hardwood floor in her antique home. She put on some music. She got on some clothes that she wanted to wear to do it. She got herself a tasty beverage. She got her mind right. She was feeling good. When it feels good, when it's feeling easy and simple and fun, it's easy to do. Okay? So I just ask you, for yourself, what can you do today to make everything you're doing a little bit more fun, a little bit more enjoyable? Put some joy in it, Good morning, Amelia Skincare. Nice to see you. Yes, Bobby is saying yes with a wicked lot of exclamation points. I'm a big exclamation point for real. So I love that. Fun instead of saying it's hard. Make a game out of it. Yes. See, there you go. It's by Method Almond, but it smells like candy. Yes, I have certain smells that I love in things that makes me smell like, oh, that's the smell of clean, or that's the smell of the stuff that the girl who when I get a massage occasionally, that smell like seriously. This is what I say. Make it fun. Let's get it done. Let's have some fun and get it freaking done. But it doesn't have to be like, oh, race to the finish line. Road trip, people. Road trip. You get the music on, you get the snacks, you're wearing your comfy clothes, you're cruising along at a speed that feels good. You're checking in with your friends. Look what I found. Look at how far I've gotten. This is great. You're writing in your travel journal. This is where I went today. These are the good things I did and I saw and I made happen. Road trip your life, people. Do I have it? No, I have a cup. I have a mug that I made myself that says, treat your life like a road trip, I think, or something like that. Okay? Yeah. It doesn't have to be not fun. Even going to the dentist, okay? Practicing breathing, saying, you know what, I'm at the dentist because I don't want my teeth to get any worse. Practicing, you know what, after I go to the dentist, I'm going to do something nice for myself. Be proud of yourself for doing the adulting. Bobby Dugas says, you're a good coach. Thank you. I think so too. And the funny thing is I love coaching, but not in the sporty kind of way. I love encouraging people, not beating them up and saying, drop and give me 20. No, that didn't work for me. How about congratulating me for what I did do as opposed to beating me up for the fact that I couldn't jump 4 feet in my little 6th grade platform things, Me says gotta run. Ellen says gotta run. Literally, I love it. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you too. So here's who I am. This is what I do. I'm Beth, Destination Decluttered, Decluttering Life Coach, showing up on TikTok Live. Also, these TikTok Lives, and I will say this to the people on the mailing list and the people who are like, it's kind of curious. She hasn't posted any of the May TikTok recordings on YouTube. Maybe nobody's noticed, just me. I am working on a way to get the people who are on the Destination Decluttered mailing list first dibs. I'm all about first dibs. First dibs on seeing the recordings from the month the current month, because I want to encourage you to join my mailing list, because if TikTok goes away, I still want us to be able to good. Okay, Jennifer noticed. Awesome. So I'm trying to figure that out. And I will happen. And Jennifer, hopefully, are on the Destination Decluttered email mailing list. If you're not, or anybody else wants to join, destinationdecluttered.com/join. Now, speaking of that, and looking at my calendar, this is what I started to get. I was talking about real quick before I notice how quickly my brain goes. ADHD people. I was talking about being off the digital grid. Now, I am showing up pretty much for this week and next week for TikTok Lives and the week after. But then I'm preparing you. For 2 weeks, I will be off the grid. I am doing some traveling. I don't even want to promise that I'm going to show up and do a TikTok Live. I might, but I'm totally not promising. It will be such a rare thing. So get on the mailing list so you can get access to all the recordings while I'm gone. The recordings are wonderful. You can pop them on. There are literally almost 200 of them right now on YouTube. 180 something of them are ready and free for you to watch, and to not even watch. See, I would much rather you actually just listen to them like a podcast as you're going around doing your decluttering of like the surface areas. You're puttering around, you're driving in your car, you're on a walk. Listen to it like a podcast. Don't just sit here as a viewer. Use this as a way of getting some ideas in your head as you're doing things. So you're making the most of this time together. I don't mind if you multitask when I'm doing a TikTok Live. If anything, I think it's cool, because then you will say at 9 o'clock in like 14 minutes or so, hey, look at me, I got some stuff done. Okay? Okay, there we go. Rewarding yourself is so important. Yes, Phoenix for Fire says, my mom always rewarded me with a treat for the dentist and doctor's appointments. I do it my SEDS and my kids now. Yeah. Why not? Make it fun. I mean, the crazy thing is to me, I'd be like, go to the, I think my dentist, I was going to say, our dentist that we used to go to, which I have to remember that our dentist's not there anymore. We used to get Chinese food afterwards because the lunch special was going on. Cat Mom is saying, yes, love the YouTube while cleaning. That one persona says the same thing. So Destination Decluttered on YouTube. Go there. You're going to see a whole bunch of videos, and just pop one in. If you weren't there live, even if you were, repetition is a really good thing. Hearing an idea once is like, oh, what was that? hearing it a few times and a few times and a few times is like a seed that kind of starts to get planted in your brain. Now, this can be used for good or evil. I use it for good because I show up showing you how to get yourself unstuck. What is that thing they call it? I model the behavior of talking nicely to yourself. I have learned the first 40 plus years of my life, I wasn't so good at it. I started getting better. 50 plus, I've really worked on being kinder to myself, not beating myself up, not talking trash about myself. Now it's such a quiet, you know what I mean? It's so rare that it happens. Even then I correct myself. Okay. There we go. User 616440 says, this has been such a good live. Can't wait for the recording to listen again while decluttering. Okay. Just making sure you're on the mailing list. DestinationDecluttered.com. There's a join page. There's a form on the bottom. Just email address. That's all you need. And actually, let me just double check right here. Just always want to make sure it works. Yep. It works. The other thing too is, seriously, even with me going off the grid for two weeks, this is a perfect opportunity. I know this is sounding like I'm translating into a commercial, just giving you some options. This is the perfect opportunity right now. If you're interested in me being your coach over the summer, maybe now is too busy, but maybe after, your summer schedule is different. I know. Winter schedule is different than spring. Spring is different than summer. Summer is different than fall. If you think you want to declutter in the summer, schedule a consultation with me now. We have a consultation. It's a free call on Zoom. We get to know each other. If coaching seems like the right thing, we move forward. And then we get you on the calendar so that the second week of June, when I'm back, we can hit the ground running. Or, you know what? We hit the ground running when it makes sense to you. When it feels right to you, I'm here. So if you're interested in being a client of mine, if you want to work directly with me, just one-on-one, I work with people all over the country, here on Zoom, not on my phone. I do it on my computer. And we meet for a 10-session package. That's all I offer. 10-session package, but you can always do another 10 and another 10. That's how I roll. Paid coaching. There's testimonials. I mean, Erin was willing to give a video one right now. She actually wrote a lovely one on my website. If you go to DestinationDecluttered.com and my testimonials page, you'll see exactly what Erin wrote because we worked together. Okay? So, all right, there we go. You might need it. There we go. What do we have? I'm backing it up here. Backing it up. Back. Doot. Okay. I love it. I love it. What's that one on video? I love it. Okay. Joe Retro says, thank you. I was looking for that one because I know Joe. Nice to see you. Listened to you yesterday while cleaning the garage. I love your company as I worked alone. Yeah, because you know what? We aren't alone. Think about it. Joe Retro. So let me give a total shout out. Joe Retro has a freaking awesome store in Havre de Grace, Maryland. I love that place so much. I want to move in. And while I can't move into her store, I can move in temporarily upstairs because she has these kick-ass Airbnbs that are decorated so freaking cool. And I mean, I think my house is cool. Her places are equally, if not more so cool. So check out Joe Retro if you're into vintage stuff. If you're in Havre de Grace, Maryland, it's right there on the Chesapeake Bay. Oh my gosh, perfect day trip if you're here. If you're on, it's right off of 95. If you're going up the 95, the Bowash corridor. Oh my gosh, such good stuff. But you know what it's like to have too much stuff. You help people with it. You help people move the things they don't want. We're all part of this process. And especially those of us who collect things, sometimes we're so busy with one thing, we don't realize that stuff is piling up. That at a certain point, you're like, oh gosh, I've got to deal with this. So I love that what I'm doing now, as opposed to writing my books, because my books, Joe carries my books at her stores too, that what I'm doing now is helping you. I freaking love that because it helped me to realize I didn't need to keep all my vintage stuff and there were people out there who would want it. So I'm so glad what I'm doing is helping you. Okay. T-Site, you're telling everybody about me? Cool. Good morning, Lauren from Louisville. Louisville. Is that how you say it? Not Louisville, but Louisville. Kind of like Lancaster, PA, Lancaster. All right. Anna is saying, I've got about 11 minutes left. Anna is asking, advice for a mom that struggles getting rid of kids' clothes and toys. Yeah. Notice how your things, those things, so let me back it up just a little bit to give it some context. Use this as a lesson for everybody. The way I coach, I like to think of clutter in 3 different layers, kind of like archaeological dig. You've got your surface clutter, stuff on the surface, superficial. You've got your stored clutter, which can be a combo of surfacey stuff, but also sentimental. Then right here where your heart is, this is where your sentimental clutter is. So your kids' clothes and toys probably give you a sentimental feeling, remembering when the kids fit into them, remember when they played with them. The other thing too could be not even sentimental, just practical, kind of a stored thing, saying, hey, oh my gosh, these things, the kids have already grown out of them and they don't use them and they're still perfectly good. What do I do with them? So notice the story the things tells you. And then especially with the sentimental one, I like to always mention something about sentimental clutter, because this is strangely where a lot of people, when they're decluttering, they're afraid they got to start with the deep end. I say start with the surface, start with the trash, the recycles, the stuff you don't want. Start building your decluttering muscle on the easy stuff. Then as you get stronger at that, you can lift some heavier weights. But notice that you have a story attached to a thing. Here's a thing, here's a thing, and I attach a story to it. That's the toy that my little kid played with. That's the outfit he wore on his first birthday. You have a thing, you have a story, you've attached the story. You can also detach the story from the thing. Now here's a really cool idea, and any of you who have kids or anybody who will struggle with this, I just completed we started coaching in September. This woman, won't give her away, I like to be private about my clients, but she had a baby during our decluttering. It was planned, it was knew it was going to happen. And I said to her, hey, you know what I've learned from other clients of mine that are moms, is they wish they had taken, instead of saving the outfit, this flat outfit that somebody else might need it, is taking a picture of your kiddo in those outfits, so that then you can give away the outfit, but you still have the picture of your kid in the outfit. It's an idea, okay? I love it. Phoenix for Fire says, one thing that helped me was turning babies and kids' clothes into simple quilts. Great idea. T-Site just quilted a bunch of T-shirts. Best idea ever. I haven't done it myself. I've got 2 of those I think it's a 4x4 or 5x5 thing. I use it for yoga or just snuggle up when I need a little lap blanket for T-shirts. So there are ways you can do that. Sea glass lamp connections. Yeah, oh my gosh. My mother used to collect sea glass for decades. We have so much of it in lamps, in brandy snifters. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, Joe Retro, right. Joe Retro goes to house visits. I see overwhelming of years of collecting. Yeah, and think about the arc of the age of people that were doing that. Collecting was a thing for a lot of people, is a thing for a lot of people, but nowadays, when it gets to be too much, we're realizing it doesn't feel good. It feels overwhelming, drowning and stuck. The good news is we can do something about that. Okay? I love it. Most Barksdale says, I got to hit the carpool line, but wanted to jump in and thank you for helping me stitch myself together. You are welcome. You are welcome. Now, Chrissy keeps on thinking she's, I can repurpose things. You could. People out there do. I used to have the same feeling. Then I realized that when it came to actually doing the craft, I didn't want to be crafty. I didn't want to be crafty. I wanted to do other things with my time. And as soon as I felt okay about that, I wasn't judging myself. I was like, oh, well, I kind of did for a while. Oh, crap. I have all this stuff that I said I was going to repurpose, and I'm not repurposing it because I don't want to be down here in the basement. I want to go out and drive around and take pictures. When I was okay with that, I let my crafting stuff go. I gave it to somebody who really was recycling and upcycling and stuff like that. So I felt good about where it was going. And then I felt better about where I was spending my time. Okay? Yes, and that one persona, learning that I need to choose one thing to collection to collect, not 5 or 10. Yeah, I have a bunch of half-started collections. I don't really collect anymore. If anything, what I do is I add to existing collections, and even then, I am very picky. Do I want this in my house? Because every single thing you have in your house, you have to take care of. You are responsible for. How's that? I'm tired of being responsible. I am. I grew up an oldest of an oldest of an oldest. I kind of didn't even realize till I was at my mother's house this weekend that my grandmother, her mother, was an oldest. So I have like, then I am breaking that chain. I don't have the kids that help break the chain. I don't want to be responsible for stuff anymore. I have the stuff. I have just enough stuff for me that my house looks good. It's fun. If I moved, I would probably, reduce the amount of things. But right now, it feels just right. Sure, I may find a piece there and a piece there, and I allow myself that opportunity. I don't deny myself. I don't say, no, you can't have any more. You're done. No, like I'm going in, what is it? In a little over a month, June 21st to the 23rd, there's a cool thing happening in Lancaster, Ohio. And it's a vintage fest. It's called Bottoms Up. The Gay Fad glassware guys are doing it. I'm spending the weekend at a place that's basically going to be kind of like Joe Retro does Pyrex and Vintage Fest down in Havre de Grace. This is like a vintage barware thing. I'm going. I don't plan on buying anything. I'm just going for the event. If I see something that I absolutely feel like I must have, of course, I'm going to allow myself to buy it. But I'm at a place that the level feels good right now. Okay? And if your level is not, if you're not at the Goldilocks just right, if you're feeling too much, which is clutter, too much, let's work together. Even here on TikTok, on the mailing list, as one-on-one coaching people. Knocking down the clutter a little bit at a time at a pace that feels right to you, in a way that feels right, learning a process. I saw something yesterday that was like, proven processors. It was like, foolproof and all that kind of marketing talk. I have a system I use. It works. I want to share it with you. It's really simple. I don't like things to be too complicated. That's why when you coach with me, literally, I say, get yourself a 50-cent notebook at Staples. Get yourself a nicer Keeper notebook. Get a pen. That's all you need. And the willingness to listen, to do the things. If you want me to be your coach, one-on-one, sign up for a consultation. I will say this. So today's what, the 9th? So I got to look at my calendar here. And this is just to be practical. I'm not fear-mongering. When it feels right to you to do coaching, hopefully I will be available. And I don't say hopefully. I want to say I will be available when you're ready. I may be busy with other clients, but I don't want to rush you into anything. You need to feel like it's going to work for you. You need to feel ready to do something different, or it's not going to work. Yes, actually, Casino Queen was asking about Pyrex. I did. You want to talk to Joe Retro up the top there. Joe Retro, Joretro. She has a thing twice a year called Pyrex Fest in Havre de Grace, Maryland, at her shop, Joe Retro, in Havre de Grace, Maryland. Oh my God, so amazing! If you like Pyrex and all that vintage stuff, you will swoon over her place like I do. Yeah. There we go. Yes, and Joe Retro, you're right. Mindset is so important. So let me be practical here. I got 2 minutes. Okay, so today is the 9th. I have 2 weeks. 2 weeks. This is not to throw a scare in you, but it's to put it into perspective. I have 2 weeks where I will be showing up and doing TikTok lives. I have 2 weeks that I am available for coaching consultations. And during these 2 weeks, I also have the Destination Decluttered, the free monthly group Zoom call we're doing. That's happening, I think, on Thursday, the 16th. After that, I am off the grid for probably, with the exception of, even when we went to Singapore and Thailand, I think I was only away for 10 days. This is pretty much a 2-week stint from Monday the 27th to pretty much Tuesday, June 11th. I will be unavailable. I say this to you not to get fear into you, but just say to yourself, okay, for the next 2 weeks, if I want to become a client, if I want a one-on-one coach with me over the summer doing my decluttering so I don't feel alone, so somebody's there helping me solve my specific problems, which would be me. If that feels interesting to you, hop on my calendar now. Pick a date that works for you to have a consultation. If you don't see them, another reason to get on the Destination Decluttered mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com/join. It's because the people on the mailing list also get first dibs for consultations. Just saying. Okay. Now it is 8:59. I hope what I've done here on this TikTok live has helped you. It's going to be funny when we see the recording of it, when it's available on YouTube for the, so this, if you're not on the mailing list, this will be available to you in June. But within this week, This one will be available if you're on the mailing list. The funny thing is that we're going to see where in the middle I went, whoa, I hit the wrong button, and suddenly some people from India are going like, here, play a game with me. Kind of funny. Okay. Yes, you will miss me, but I have there's TikTok lives available for you. I love it. Tay is cleaning while listening to me, liking it. Spread the word. Show up. We're all in this together. We are. You're not alone with your clutter. There's nothing wrong with you because you have clutter. You just have too much stuff, and there's something you can do about it. Okay. I love it, Joe Retro. Thank you for it means a lot to hear you digging what I'm doing, because I dig what you do. It's like a mutual admiration society. And 9 o'clock, I'm hopping into a day of coaching, of consultations, and I'm going to see if I can get a Marimekko dress from Uniqlo. Okay, so maybe you'll see me in something other than a black t-shirt sometime. All right? You all rock. You got this. Let's have some fun, and let's get it done. All right? Bye.